chat it up.
All right.
Hi,
Cool.
Sandrene.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I haven't figured out like an intro, and I've said this like in all my interviews that I don't know how to introduce it. So sometimes we just start, and I'm like, all right, well, this is a good way to do
It's
it.
called Talk and
Show and talk.
Show and talk.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a play on show and tell, right?
Mhm.
Well, how would like a second grade teacher introduce show and tell?
Today class we have show and tell.
Yeah.
So I could do that today.
I'm really excited.
Viewers, yeah, we've got
For what
Kris
you
Wente.
brought in. I brought my friend Kris.
Yeah.
Something like that. Food for thought.
I could do that. That is fun. Cool. So we're sitting in your house, in case anyone is wondering.
Yeah,
what is happening
joining from
behind us.
the cave of wonders. These are empty shelves. We just bought a house 2 weeks ago, built in 1955. This is a finished basement that we're sitting in, and there are things that were finished, like gross wallpaper and just, little here's and there's. So lots of fun little do-it-yourself projects.
Yeah, I think the pink wallpaper is probably from like the 60s.
Yeah, well, it's flower wallpaper from the 80s, and then pink walls from the 60s. That's probably the chronology of it. So
A lot of history.
yeah, lots of history.
These walls could speak. I think that's a song, like by like Amy Grant or something.
If these walls could talk. If these walls could talk. Sounds like, I thought that was a radio program or something. But anyway,
maybe.
I don't know.
That'd be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what else have you been up to other than housing?
This has been taken, so I get up in the morning and do my little morning routine, and then I go and work on the house from 8 a.m. until 5:30. And then at 5:30, I go to rehearsal for a musical that I'm in, called Myth, the Musical, with Blackbird Theater. Come see it. We open, July 17th, and we run for 2 weeks, 9 performances.
Nice.
Blackbirdtheater.com. Yeah, I play Apollo. So I have to take my shirt off, and I wear basically this like godly skirt thing, a mask, and gold glitter all over my body.
Interesting. So you're a singing god?
I am a singing god. Well, Apollo is the god of music, among other things. So yeah, it's an original musical. It's an epic story of how the gods of Olympus fell. And music was written by Michael Slayton. He's the chair of the composition department at Vanderbilt Blair School of Music. And then Greg Green and Wes Driver wrote the lyrics and the book over the last something like 15, 20 years. They've been working on it since they graduated from Lipscomb, and then they brought Michael on to do the music, and he started scoring it about I want to say 7 years ago. So it's been their brainchild for many, many years. They actually tried to produce it several years ago, and no theater company was going to take that much. I think it was just a risk because it's all new. Yeah. And it was expensive because there's this huge cast and huge staging. It's epic. It takes place in Olympus and in Athens and Thebes and the underworld, Hades, and everywhere in between. So it's this huge, sprawling, epic masterpiece, they hope. Yeah. And so everyone just said, why not just make your own theater company and do it yourself? Yeah. So they did. So they made Blackbird Theater several years ago, did a bunch of great shows. I've been a part of some of them, and then finally they had built up enough momentum and rapport and finances to be able to do now their baby.
That's awesome.
Their big baby. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. I get to sing a fun song and do some fun acting on a fun stage with fun people.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that like a lot of you see things that are new on Broadway that you don't realize for years they've kind of been out and going around because no one's going to take that big of a risk, especially on a huge platform like Broadway or Stratford or anything like that.
Yeah, especially if the people making it aren't already well known. Just like indie filmmaking, right?
Yeah.
No one's going to drop $10 million on a no-name director, potentially. It happens, but it happens because they've done something. So Greg and Wes, they have high hopes for the show, and they definitely have the talent to be on those types of stages, on 42nd Street. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's so exciting. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Cool. So Let's kind of get back to your origin, like getting into acting. Is that something that you always knew that you wanted to do?
Always knew I wanted to do it. I was in the troll in Three Billy Goats Gruff in my second grade play, and
Forgot about
everyone loved me. It was kind of this fun. My mom tied black and green streamers to a backwards San Francisco Giants hat, and I played the troll, and everyone laughed, and it was amazing. And that's when I knew I wanted to do it.
Very cool. I think I totally forgot about that play or even that story. I feel like every school does that, but
Three Billy Goats Gruff?
yeah, kind of like gone from my head. I don't remember what I did.
I didn't always pursue acting, though. I did it up until through high school. Did the High School Musical and play thing. I even went and auditioned. I was living in Utah at the time. Auditioned for Touched by an Angel because I heard my friends were getting little one-liners on that show and making $300. And when you're 15, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of Sour Patch Kids.
I mean, it's not that much, but considering you're just going in for a day and saying a couple lines,
Exactly.
It's pretty nice.
Then I stopped after I graduated high school, did other life things, and then just recently got back into it.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
That you didn't feel like that was kind of a career thing? Because I kind of had a similar thing that I did it all throughout high school, and then I'm kind of like, all right, well, I need to grow up now. And while I enjoyed it, actually thinking about doing it as a career just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, I sort of jumped in headfirst into a very strong religious context that valued a man who could provide for their family. And those don't always line up with the creative industries. Not to say that you can't. There are lots of people who make a great living. It's just you never go into it with that mindset. And so when I jumped into that religious context, my creative endeavors sort of took a very, very back seat / were locked away in the basement, which I was sad about. But now I get to bring that to my acting now.
You've got that darkness to you.
I've been torturing myself for 10 years. So, yeah, now I still don't make a living, but I've make more than I thought I would, and it's going up, and it's fun, and we are going to try to Airbnb this place to help fund, every actor does their thing, not every actor, but a lot of actors do their thing that makes money, and then they do their acting. So, yeah.